Everyone from radio hobbyists to aviation control towers, plus even legitimate nationwide radio broadcasters.
In the frozen heart of Siberia, the Russian military stumbled upon something not meant for human eyes.
Russia has some of the craziest stories. There's this lake there called Lake Baikal, freshwater lake on Earth.
A leaked transmission, a flash of light, and then silence. What lies buried beneath endless ice? Alien structures, forgotten civilizations, or something even stranger? Tonight, we dive into the chilling mysteries unearthed by accident. Secrets so vast, they threaten to rewrite everything we know about history, life, and our place in the universe. The cracked lens. It started with a glitch. During a 2024 Russian military reconnaissance flight over the remote Taimyr Peninsula, a surveillance drone's camera feed distorted violently, then cleared, revealing a towering, black monolith half buried in ice. The footage, accidentally uploaded to a civilian server, was pulled within hours, but not before several curious researchers saved copies. What could survive the crushing ice for millennia? Was this a fragment of an ancient cosmic crash, or a relic of something built long before man? Authorities issued a bland denial, blaming weather anomalies, yet the satellite records show a glaring scar in the landscape, a place where nothing grows and compasses fail. The lens cracked. The story, however, had just begun. Frozen in time, the Tunguska connection. Could the strange object be linked to another Siberian anomaly, the Tunguska event of 1908? Witnesses described a fiery explosion so massive it flattened 80 million trees, but no crater was ever found. Modern theories talk of meteors, comets, even black holes grazing Earth. But what if it wasn't natural? The leaked footage shows eerily similar terrain, scorched patches hidden beneath pristine snow. Could Tunguska have been a contact event, the remnants of which still lurk beneath the surface? Was the monolith a beacon left behind, a warning? If so, what were we being warned about? And why, after over a century of silence, are these signs reappearing now? The lake that wasn't a lake. Deep in the wilderness, Lake Baikal holds secrets older than civilization. The world's deepest lake, Baikal is home to ancient microbes, unexplained lights beneath the water, and in 1982, a classified military incident. Soviet divers reported encounters with humanoid beings in silvery suits, beings who moved faster than physics should allow. The recent drone footage showed anomalies near Baikal's northern shore, unnatural geometric patterns under thin ice. Could these structures be ancient bases, their entrances sealed by time and water? Is Baikal not a lake at all, but a portal? And if so, what or who might be waiting on the other side? Whispers in the permafrost. What stories lie frozen in Siberia's permafrost? In 2016, Russian scientists uncovered a 30,000-year-old virus still capable of infecting living organisms, the first sign that ancient dangers survive in the ice, that viruses aren't the only things trapped below. Recent geological surveys reveal massive, hollow voids spreading under the tundra. Some theorists believe these could be remnants of buried cities, perhaps even built by an unknown intelligence. The leaked military footage hinted at deliberate architecture, not geological accident. Was something imprisoned in the permafrost? And now that global warming awakens these frozen tombs, is it waking something else too? The shadows of Dyatlov Pass. Few mysteries grip Siberia more tightly than the Dyatlov Pass incident. In 1959, 9 Soviet hikers perished under inexplicable conditions: shredded tents, internal injuries without external trauma, and radiation levels on their clothing. Theories abound: secret weapons tests, alien interference, even interdimensional rifts. The terrain visible in the leaked footage eerily resembles the Dyatlov region, barren, windswept, yet charged with an unshakable sense of wrongness. Could the military have stumbled upon the same forces that tore those hikers apart? And if so, was this a second warning we failed to understand? The anomaly beneath Yakutia. Beneath Yakutia's frozen wastelands lies something strange. Massive metallic structures buried deep underground. Locals call them the Valley of Death cauldrons. Smooth, dome-like formations that sometimes rise above the permafrost, then sink again. Explorers report strange sickness near them. Sudden fever, hair loss, hallucinations. Soviet scientists allegedly investigated the sites in the 1970s, but suppressed the findings. Was the object seen in the leaked footage connected to these cauldrons? Were they ancient defense systems or something much worse? Why are they always found near areas of environmental collapse, as if guarding against something breaking free? The ghost rockets over Siberia. During the 1940s, strange cylindrical objects, dubbed ghost rockets, were sighted flying over Siberia and Scandinavia. Though initially blamed on Soviet missile tests, recovered debris revealed no identifiable technology. Some sightings even predated rocketry altogether. Declassified Soviet documents show a spike in sightings. During the same season, the drone footage was recorded. Could the drone have captured one of these spectral machines still patrolling the skies? If these ghosts weren't Soviet or American, who launched them? And why do they always seem drawn to the most remote, desolate places? Melting permafrost, a biological time bomb. Beyond ancient viruses, Siberia's melting permafrost hides another danger: the sudden release of methane gas. In 2014, massive craters began opening across the Yamal Peninsula. Some locals reported seeing flashes of light and hearing thunderous booms long before the scientific community acknowledged the phenomenon. The drone footage captured faintly glowing craters, scenes that looked almost volcanic. Was the footage simply evidence of natural explosions, or are these gaping wounds signs of something deeper escaping into our world? And if ancient pathogens trapped for millennia are awakening, what else could emerge with them? The vanishing village of Anjikuni, in the remote Canadian north, not far from Siberia, across the pole, a chilling event unfolded in 1930. The entire Inuit village of Anjikuni Lake vanished, homes abandoned, meals left unfinished, sled dogs frozen in their harnesses. Witnesses reported strange lights in the sky days before. Why include a Canadian mystery? Because Russian officials recently flagged a similar abandoned settlement near Siberia's Kolyma River, eerily reminiscent of Anjikuni. Were these mass disappearances tied to an ancient force wandering across the Arctic? And if entire villages can vanish without a trace, what hope do lone travelers have? The Black Steppe phenomenon. In southern Siberia, shepherds have long feared a barren stretch they call the Black Steppe. Nothing grows there. Birds avoid it. Compass needles whirl erratically. In 2021, satellite imagery confirmed magnetic anomalies and unexplained heat signatures in the region. Strangely, coordinates from the leaked military footage overlapped partially with this dead zone. Was the drone's glitch a result of these geomagnetic forces or contact with something deeper? If this region hides ancient machinery, what power source could still be active, humming invisibly under thousands of years of frozen dirt? The Duga signal and the northern interference. In the 1980s, a mysterious radio signal known as the Russian woodpecker flooded shortwave frequencies around the world. It originated from the Duga radar system, a massive Soviet installation near Chernobyl. Officially used for missile detection, some believe it had other purposes. What's less known is this: a similar interference pattern was detected across northern Siberia during recent military operations. Could a second Duga system, still active, be buried in the ice, transmitting unknown frequencies into space or deep underground? And if so, who or what is listening on the other end. The crater that bleeds fire. In the icy expanse of eastern Siberia lies the Batagaika crater, a megaslump that locals call the gate to the underworld. As the permafrost melts, the ground collapses, revealing bones of mammoths, ancient forests, and strange mineral formations that seem to emit heat. Recently, thermal drones recorded surges of unexplained energy from the site, just days before the Russian drone footage was leaked. Scientists say it's geothermal activity, but villagers whisper that the crater groans at night and glows from within. Is something waking beneath the thawing earth? And is the Batagaika crater merely a hole or a hatch? The bizarre incident at Vostok Station. Though not in Siberia, the mysteries of Russia's Vostok Station in Antarctica are curiously connected. Beneath the ice lies Lake Vostok, sealed from the surface for over 15 million years. When Russian teams drilled down in 2012, strange things followed. Unexpected microbes, odd power losses, and then silence. Whistleblowers claim classified photos showed structures beneath the lake, geometrical formations impossible in nature. The leaked Siberian drone video contained eerily similar topographical markings, as if something linked these two frozen realms. Could the poles be connected through a buried global system? And what ancient intelligence might lie dormant beneath both? The tungsten caves of Chukotka. Far in Russia's northeast, deep under the Chukotka Mountains, are the abandoned Soviet tungsten mines, but rumors claim they go far deeper than recorded. Miners once reported finding glowing veins, ancient carvings, even metallic doors sealed in solid stone. The operation was abruptly shut down in the 1980s. Since then, unauthorized visitors have vanished. The leaked military drone's path, it traced the old mining road. Were they searching for something, or trying to make sure no one else did? Why would a modern surveillance drone follow a path into a forgotten mine, unless what was hidden had started to move? The cursed town of Kadykchan. Kadykchan was once a thriving mining town in Magadan Oblast. In 1996, it was abruptly evacuated after a mysterious explosion. The official cause? A boiler malfunction. But survivors reported strange tremors days before, and lights moving across the mountains. No footage exists from the explosion, but recent satellite scans revealed energy signatures near the ghost town, in the same corridor where the military drone was flying. What if the town wasn't abandoned because of an accident, but because of what they uncovered? Is Kadykchan a warning, a tomb, or a lock? The Shigir Idol, a message from the ice. In 1894, deep in the Ural Mountains, Russian miners unearthed something incredible, a towering wooden statue over 11,000 years old. Known as the Shigir Idol, its strange carvings, zigzags, faces, coded symbols, remain undeciphered. Recent carbon dating confirmed it's twice as old as the Egyptian pyramids. And here's the chilling part. The same symbol patterns appeared briefly in the drone footage from Siberia. Could the ancient builders have left messages, warnings, scattered across the frozen north? What were they trying to say? And more importantly, who were they saying it to? The secret of Pleistocene Park. In a remote corner of Siberia, scientists are attempting the unthinkable, resurrecting the Ice Age ecosystem. At Pleistocene Park, Russian researchers are reintroducing mammoths, bison, and ancient grasses to stop permafrost melt. But strange incidents have plagued the park. Unexplained ground tremors, bizarre animal behavior, missing equipment. Could disturbing these ancient lands be awakening something meant to stay buried? And if Siberia's ancient world is restored, could something ancient and unseen also find its way back? The Arkhangelsk submarine disaster. In 2000, the Kursk submarine disaster shocked the world. But fewer know about a quieter catastrophe, the 1986 Arkhangelsk incident. A secret Soviet submarine carrying unknown cargo exploded off Russia's Arctic coast. Officially, it was a nuclear accident. Unofficially, rumors tell of strange biological specimens stored aboard. Experimental, otherworldly. The military drone's leaked flight map briefly crossed restricted naval wreck zones. Could remnants of this cargo, whatever it was, have drifted inland with the melting ice? Was the Siberian wilderness seeded with something long ago, something now waking? The Potomsky Crater, Siberia's stone, enigma. Deep in Irkutsk Oblast, nestled in the harsh wilderness near the Patom River, lies one of Russia's most baffling geological mysteries. The Potomsky Crater, discovered in 1949, it's a 40-meter-high mound of shattered limestone, shaped like a massive cone, with a smaller crater-like depression at its center. No volcanic activity is known in the area. No impact debris has ever been found. Scientists can't agree on what caused it. Some say it was a gas explosion. Others suspect an ancient meteorite impact. Locals, however, call it the Fire Eagle's Nest. They avoid the area, believing it cursed. Expeditions to the site report strange compass malfunctions and elevated radiation. In 2005, a scientist who investigated the crater died shortly after returning, fueling speculation. Could the military drone have captured similar formations in the footage? Was the Potomsky Crater an isolated anomaly or the visible tip of something still hidden? The vanishing herds of Yamal. In 2016, thousands of reindeer in Yamal, Siberia, suddenly dropped dead. At first, scientists blamed an anthrax outbreak released from thawing permafrost. But locals told a different story. Strange lights in the sky, loud noises underground, and radiation spikes measured days before. The military drone's flight path hovered close to Yamal's abandoned herding routes. What killed the herds so suddenly? And why did Russian military teams seal the area for weeks afterward? If something old, frozen, and lethal is emerging from Siberia's thaw, how long before it spreads beyond? The red forest of Chernobyl reappears. Chernobyl lies far from Siberia, but in 2021, a patch of forest near Novaya Zemlya, deep in the Russian Arctic, turned red overnight. Scientists cited radiation spikes, but there were no nearby reactors, no accident. Satellite images showed trees dying in concentric rings, eerily reminiscent of Chernobyl's red forest after the 1986 meltdown. Was it a natural anomaly or a symptom of something buried awakening? Some believe ancient devices hidden beneath the ice could be leaking radiation, or worse, activating. Could this be a test field or fallout from a forgotten experiment reigniting? And what force could cause nature to scream in crimson silence? The skyquake over Norilsk. In 2019, residents of Norilsk, an isolated Siberian mining city, reported an earth-shaking boom from the sky. No aircraft were overhead. No missile tests were scheduled. Witnesses claimed the sky rippled with light just before the sound. Buildings trembled. Then, silence. No seismic activity was detected, but military aircraft were scrambled within minutes. Some speculate it was a sonic weapon. Others suspect something re-entered Earth's atmosphere, unnoticed. The drone footage, it showed disrupted cloud formations, as if the air itself had been torn. Was this the arrival or the escape of something beyond our comprehension? The abandoned city of Amderma. Once a key Arctic military base, Amderma is now a decaying ghost town on the Kara Sea coast. In the 1980s, it buzzed with activity. Then it was suddenly evacuated, sealed, and left to rot. Locals whisper that something was unearthed beneath its airstrip. Something so strange, the site was erased from maps for a decade. The military drone's flight path skimmed just south of Amderma's restricted zone. Could the footage reveal what they left behind? And why would a Cold War base be so hastily buried in silence unless it had become a door to somewhere else? The black snow of Omsk. Authorities blamed nearby factories, but satellite images showed the snow's origin stretching across uninhabited tundra. The snow was oily, smelled of sulfur, and left burns on exposed skin. Some residents compared it to ash. Others swore it was alive. The military deployed cleanup teams in hazmat suits without explanation. The leaked drone footage, it showed a shifting shadow pattern across the ice, matching the same date. What fell from the sky that day? And did it really come from above? The echoes from Mount Chersky. In the uninhabited Chersky Range, hikers often report a strange sound, a low mechanical hum echoing from the mountains. No engines, no roads, just a vibration that fills the body. In 2015, a team of geophysicists recorded the phenomenon and found it wasn't wind, it pulsed in a pattern. Some researchers believe ancient geothermal systems could be responsible. Others whisper of something stirring below. The military drone's sensors briefly malfunctioned while passing this area. Was it interference or resonance from a machine older than language? The disappearance of the An-2 plane. In 2012, an Antonov An-2 biplane vanished over Siberia's vast taiga with 13 people aboard. No distress call, no debris, just gone. Search parties combed thousands of kilometers for months. Nothing. Years later, a hunter claimed to find strange wreckage deep in a no-fly zone, but officials silenced him. Curiously, the drone's leaked coordinates traced part of that search sector. Did the plane encounter a natural disaster or stumble into something more profound? If entire aircraft can vanish without a trace over Siberia's wilderness, what else could disappear, unseen? The Skeleton Lake Connection. Rupkund Lake in India, known for hundreds of ancient human skeletons frozen under the ice, baffles researchers to this day. But in 2020, reports surfaced that a similar site was quietly found near Siberia's Putarana Plateau. Hikers reported seeing skeletal remains, tools, and bizarre artifacts scattered near a thawing glacial basin. Then the area was restricted by military order. The drone's footage captured geometric ground patterns consistent with a large burial ground, or something worse. Did ancient civilizations meet cataclysmic ends in Siberia and leave behind forbidden tombs? And if the dead are rising from the ice, what stories do they carry? The tundra sinkholes. Since 2013, dozens of mysterious giant sinkholes have opened up across the Siberian tundra. They appear suddenly, often preceded by booming sounds and trembling ground. Scientists blame explosive methane releases, but locals tell older stories of gates ripping open to unknown realms. The drone footage briefly panned across an enormous, freshly formed sinkhole. One authorities later said did not exist. If these ruptures are simply geological, why the secrecy? And if they're not, what exactly is clawing its way out from the underworld? The Tunguska Reawakening. Tunguska, site of Earth's largest unexplained explosion, has remained quiet for over a century. Until 2023, researchers recorded strange electromagnetic pulses in the region, rapid bursts similar to those detected before earthquakes. But these came without seismic activity. At the same time, satellite infrared images showed a flash of heat, then nothing. Military presence around Tunguska increased sharply. Was the cause natural, or was the event from 1908 merely dormant, beginning to stir again? If something was buried beneath Tunguska's scars, it may no longer be sleeping. The 2021 Severodvinsk explosion. On August 8, 2019, a powerful explosion rocked the Nenoxa missile test site near Severodvinsk in northern Russia, just west of Siberia. Russian officials at first claimed it was a routine missile test accident, but something was off. Radiation levels spiked across the region. Nearby villages were quietly evacuated. Rescue crews arrived in hazmat suits. 5 Russian nuclear scientists were killed, but details remained tightly controlled. U.S. intelligence sources later suggested the blast involved an experimental nuclear-powered cruise missile, the Burevestnik, NATO codename Skyfall, but the explosion's characteristics didn't fully align with known weapons tests. Witnesses reported an unnatural pulse wave and strange, flickering lights across the White Sea. Why was an experimental system being tested so close to populated zones? And what kind of weapon leaves behind silence, radiation, and magnetic interference without ever being officially acknowledged? What we think of as wilderness may be something else entirely. The frozen lands of Siberia hold memories older than man, memories written in stone, fire, and silence. Was the Russian military footage a mistake, or a warning that some doors, once glimpsed, can never be closed again? Somewhere out there, beneath the endless snow, something watches, something waits, and someday it may not let us look away.